Hey there. Before we get into today's episode, I've got something exciting to share with you. On Thursday, January the 9th, I'm hosting a free interactive co-working session to help you kick off Q1 with clarity and confidence. In 1 hour, we'll work together to pick the right goal for the season of your life, identify the resources you already have to make progress, and build a plan that actually works. No more spinning your wheels. This is the same process that helped me leave my part-time job and grow my business, and I can't wait to share it with you. So don't wait. Head to the show notes now and click the link to grab your seat. Let's make 2025 the year you finally take action on the goals that matter most to you. I'll see you there. Welcome back to the More Than Capable Mompreneur podcast. I'm Shannon Baker, a coffee-loving mompreneur that started as a virtual assistant and turned into a total systems geek. And I want to help you shift your mindset and embrace your worthiness while creating systems in your business so you can be more productive and build success on your own terms without the mom guilt. Are you loving that? Well, I hope you're ready for real conversations that will help you beat the perfectionist inside, rediscover your strengths, and up-level your self-love in the mom cracks of time so you can stop letting fear hold you back because you are enough and you do enough. We are more than capable mompreneurs. So grab your cup of coffee, some sparkling water, or pour a glass of your favorite wine, and let's dive in. Welcome to episode number 79 of the podcast. Let me start by saying this is going to be a little different than the type of episode that you're used to if you've been listening to the podcast for some time now. I'm usually sharing tips and strategies that are going to help you be more productive in your business, practice more self-care, or even just enjoy life more by creating simple systems and routines. But today, I'm going to be very transparent about how I'm feeling in my business right now and what I plan to do about it. I decided to do this because I know I'm not the only one who feels like social media is just sucking the life out of them. And guess what? I have a strategy, so it's not about that. It's really about the fact that social media, it's a long-term game, and it takes a lot of time if you want results. So let me start by sharing how I started feeling despite sticking to my routines and taking care of myself by eating pretty healthy, exercising regularly, and getting enough sleep. I found myself picking up the phone more than usual to see what was going on in everyone else's life. I didn't realize that I was spending way too much time commenting and liking everyone else's posts, watching their stories, and I wasn't sticking to my schedule, so I was failing to execute my plan properly. That being said, I started to feel the anxiety building up inside of me, and I started posting less and less because I didn't feel like my content was good enough or that I was doing enough. So I sat down one morning and really reflected on how I was feeling so that I could identify where these feelings were coming from. After I did that, I decided I needed to scale back immediately to recenter myself and my thinking. Once I made that decision, I cannot even express the type of relief that I felt. So here's how I decided to manage my social media presence, but stay active even though I'm trying to curb the obsession that developed. 1, I'm not going to be posting to my Instagram profile right now, and I don't know how long I'm going to keep it that way. I do plan to stay active in IG stories for the most part, but I don't feel obligated to post 5 stories 3 times a day, and definitely not every day. I'm actually spending more time on my personal Instagram account because it allows me to keep up with my friends and family, but I also find that I'm talking more to them on the phone and texting them more these days. Now, my Facebook pages for the business and the podcast remain pretty much the same. I post once or twice a week there. And I'm definitely thinking of ways to be more strategic with my LinkedIn account because of plans that I have for the business in the near future. Now, one thing I know that has been neglected is my Facebook group. So I am definitely planning to be more strategic and more active inside of my group in the upcoming days because I feel that I'm going to get a better return on the investment of my time when I do that. I mean, and after all, who has time to waste? I know I don't, and I don't think you do either. Never forget, social media is supposed to be fun, and it's a great way to find inspiration, connect with friends in your community, cultivate relationships that lead to business opportunities and more. However, I know I need to spend my time on more strategic tasks that align with my long-term goals. So in addition to limiting my time on social media even more, I'm also going to be doing the following 3 things. I'm going to be adding social time to my calendar, and I say that in air quotes. Now, these are social media free times. They're designated time blocks that I'm going to use to connect with friends and family and be social either in person, with a select few, of course, for safety reasons, or even connecting on Zoom or with that old-fashioned phone call. I'm even compiling a list to start sending out good old-fashioned cards. The second way, I'm taking walk breaks, and I love them. This has a dual purpose for me. So my daily goal is to get in 6,000 or more steps every single day. So I schedule 2 15-minute walking tech breaks every day. I pop in my AirPods, I turn on my playlist, and I set the timer on my Apple Watch for 15 minutes. I walk outside in the fresh air when the weather permits, and I soak up the sun, and I love it. The bonus of doing this is my eyes get a break from being on the computer all day. I get outside and again soak up that vitamin D, and when I come back, I'm refreshed, rejuvenated, and this increases my mood and my productivity. The third thing, I'm learning to live in the moment. I purposely keep my phone somewhere away from me when I'm spending time with my friends and family. I don't worry about posting pictures and videos online for everyone in the world to see what I'm doing. But instead, I'm learning to capture the moment with a few photos, and then everyone puts the phones away and we just enjoy the time we have together. This reminds me of what life was like before social media, and let me tell you, I love it. This is also a great time for you to just put your phone on the charger and just enjoy the moment and make those priceless memories you will have for a lifetime. So in a nutshell, I'm scaling back on social media to care for more important things, including myself. Am I worried that my business is going to suffer because of this? No, I'm not. I've actually noticed, looking at my insights, that I have more conversations and better conversations in DMs. I'm making better connections for my business, and that's without posting to my Instagram feed. The best part? I'm using that extra time to practice more self-care and do things that bring me lasting joy in life, in addition to working with my clients, which you know brings me joy. So I have absolutely no regrets. So feel free to join me, even if you just scale back the time that you spend on social media by 10 minutes. You're going to be amazed at the difference that is going to make. Now, if you decide to try this, please DM me on Instagram and let me know. I would love to hear what changes you plan to make. And if you enjoyed listening to this episode and you know someone else that may benefit from it, feel free to share it with them. Take a screenshot, post it in Instagram stories, tag me and tag them. You can tag me at _Shannon Baker. And remember, you are more than enough. So until next time, keep calm and streamline.